Hi, Dave Snyder here. My home in Concord, California, and making this video basically just 12:22 p.m. And this is a report about the drought from back in 1976-77. It's a review written in 1978, and I remember this drought. I remember it very well. I was just a kid, but I remember we moved from the Bay Area here where I live now. We lived here, and then I moved up to the foothills up in Auburn, and we visited a lake that was there, Rollins Lake, up in that area. And well, it wasn't much of a lake when we visited. It was a completely dry hole, and I never forget that. It always stuck. That picture always stuck in my mind, you know. And we just had our governor, Mr. Brown, sign some new things into law yesterday or the day before. Concerning our drought in California. Now, the way I see it, if you check this report out, this report covers, it's got this little forward area here where it says, this report also discusses lessons learned. They learned some lessons. Can you believe that? I don't think they really did. From the drought, and suggest future actions to enable us to better use our state's limited water resources. We must take the opportunity now while events are still fresh in mind, and we have the breathing spell provided by the 1978 rains. 1978, I was at that lake swimming. To plan for coping with the next dry period. There is no assurance that the next drought is not just beyond the horizon. We can be assured, however, that drought will return, and, considering the greater needs of that future time, its impact, unless prepared for, will be much greater. Now, guess who was governor at this time? Never guess. No, you probably will. If you're from California, you'll know. I'll show you real quick. I think it's in here. Oh, wait, I went too far down here. It's in the report. Right there. Mr. Governor Brown. Same Brown as we have now. You think he learned his lesson? I don't think he learned any lessons from the last one, because he's having to sign new things into law for this one. And this was 1977 was the driest year on record at that time. This one may be a little bit worse. This drought here might be a little bit worse than this one here. I'm not sure. I mean, there's no such thing as a good drought. Anyways, you know, I don't know how many lessons they learned, but we don't need any new laws. I think you should have had this stuff set in place from that drought, and it should have stayed in place. We should have been conserving water all the time. We should always conserve water anyways. Even when it's in abundance and the lakes are full, you should still conserve water. You shouldn't waste it. But when it's in its abundance, they just, you know, use it up. Never not you know, foreseeing that we could have a drought the very next year or the next 5 years or whatever. So they just use it up. Anyways, I just want to point out that the same governor's in office now that was in office during this drought. They should have learned a few things from this one. I'm sure they did, but apparently they're having to write in some new laws costing us like $600 million or something like that. I forget what it was. It was some ridiculously high number, just to get us Californians to conserve water. That's all we got to do. We already know that. If you're from California, you already know. I know that we have droughts, and when we have droughts, we're pretty responsible people. We're not going to waste things if we don't have things to waste. Okay, there's some people that may do that. I'm sure there are those people, but they're still going to do it anyway, whether he spends $600 million or not on whatever he's got to spend it on. I mean, they're going to do the same things they did during this drought: export water from one place to another if they can do it. And if you don't have water, you don't have water. There's not much you can do. You can export or import it from other reservoirs or whatever, if it's possible, if they have it to export. But if they don't have it, all you can do is conserve it. Whatever's left. It's all you really can do. But the thing is, the point of the story here is, this drought was over in 1 year, one season, 1978. Everything was back to normal, basically. The lakes were all full again. I mean, I remember seeing that lake dry and then swimming in it in 1978, 79, 1980. I remember that. So it doesn't take long. We've been through this before. We'll make it. I mean, it's going to come back. It's probably some type of cycle, but I mean, we've been through this before, and Californians remember it. If you're my age, you remember it, and we'll make it. We just got to hang in there. No new laws, please. Come on. No more new laws. We got enough laws already, don't you think? I think so. It's just ridiculous, all these new laws. You can just do it. You don't have to write it into the law. You just do what you got to do. Just do it. Quit making laws. Just conserve water all the time, which we do anyway, right? All right, so everybody have a great day, and thanks for watching the video. Think about that. Save your water. Flush for every only flush every 2 times. All right, have a good day.